Alrighty, guys. Happy what's the third Sunday, Red Monday in a row. It's been one of those again. So blood. This is very important today. So what we have here is we obviously have a bit of a blood fest on the weekly. We're now starting another acceleration within the alts at the moment. But what you have here is you've got Bitcoin coming into big supports, guys. This is a support we've been holding for a while on Bitcoin, and it does look like we're about to lose it. And for me, this is the shakeout event, right? Looking at this over here, Bitcoin has been fighting a war. It's definitely been fighting the supports on this $90,000 zone. But what you do have is you do have the market getting to a point of being oversold. You could see the RSIs are at the bottom, right? And this basically means two things. It means the market's either going to slow down and start to rally up again, or they are going to shake out. Shakeouts bring buying volume, right? But now the important thing to understand is there's a lot of support on Bitcoin. Okay, there is support at this area over here at 90, there's support at 89, there's support at 87, there's support at 85 as well. There's a lot of support over here, right? And then you look over here at the actual dominance, and the dominance is coming straight into resistance right now. Okay, so for me, this is a shakeout that will obviously catch up a bunch of people off of guard. But this, for me, the bounce is going to definitely release the altcoins in a strong bounce. It is no doubt about it. The altcoins have been the ones that have suffered over the last 2 weeks. Okay, 2 to 3 weeks. And for me, it is now coiling up for a bounce. And let's not deny it's been a bit crazy. But today I'm here to show you and to tell you, you cannot get shaken out by the shakeout, right? It is hard. There's a lot of losing money at the moment. There's a lot of depression. There's a lot of upsetness. There's a lot of that within the market right now. But you got to understand, this is where the popcorn effect happens. There is no buying power right now with Bitcoin in the early 90,000s. And that's why, for me, what this has done now is this has now made the bears arrogant, right? Who is now thinking Bitcoin's going to go to $80,000? Who thinks $75,000? Probably many, right? So what the market is starting to do is change your mind, starting to change your mindset, making you now think that the market's going to go down to further levels. So what that means for me is everyone is looking at Bitcoin losing $90,000 or $91,000. Everyone knows that is support. And then they think, okay, we're going to go down to $80,000, $82,000, $83,000, right? So the way I see this happening is just the tip, just a little candle that goes below 90,000. Everyone goes immediately bearish. And I guarantee you the market will spark up and catch all of the bears off guard. And then what's going to happen is we're going to rotate to the other team. Then all of a sudden, the bulls are going to the ones that are going to start ripping the bears up. So pay attention and do me one thing. If you want to quit right now, give 7 days. 7 days. Spend this week. Be on the shows with me now. I'm going to help you with portfolio. I'm going to help you with trades. I'm going to help you with these things. Give it 7 days, and we talk again next week, okay? Because next week, I guarantee you, we're going to be sitting and say, holy crap, did we just get the best entries, or did we just get the best start of trades within this market? So happy Monday. I know it's red, but I'm here to keep our heads strong and to say, do not quit. Shakeout's incoming. It's a trap. It's going to catch all the bears, all the bulls, everyone off guard, but the market is getting ready for a pump. No more wasting time. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like sniper. Welcome to Sheldon's show.
Maddie, who's bearish, sir? 52% bearish. Okay, so it's starting to wear off now. Now people are starting to turn bearish, right? And it's quite crazy. The moment you turn very bullish, markets come down. The moment you turn very bearish, markets go up, right? So again, we can definitely see that this is the best market in the world when it comes to toying with people's mindsets. It definitely is crazy. But it's very important to not get trapped within it. Again, I'm going to say this multiple times. This is experience for you for the bull markets. This is experience for you for the next time. It is experience for you to take profits. Bull market's not over. Yes, there's red side. Yes, there's downside, but you got to understand the market pumped 400% before this, right? So now by seeing a 60% or 50% withdrawal, welcome to crypto. It's the most volatile place on the planet, but it creates warriors and it creates you to become incredibly emotionally strong. So today, if you're feeling upset or the emotions are high, you have the right to, right? But you can't allow it to make your decisions. You can't allow it to change the fact of why you came into crypto and what your whole game plan is over here. Super, super, super important to allow yourself to feel it, okay? But be very careful that right now you're vulnerable and you are very vulnerable to make silly mistakes. Okay, you cannot make silly mistakes when the markets are coming down like this. You need to make the mistakes when you are drunk on the tequila, right? This is the time where you should smash a bottle of tequila. Okay, where previously we spoke about only drinking tequila when the market's up, everyone wants to drink tequila. Now you should get bottles where's tequila? We got tequila. Bottles of tequila. Now you drink tequila. Okay. And again, once you get through this little patch, I'll always say it, that one green candle will take all the pain away. You're going to probably forget about these times. Okay. And that's why I'm going to be here to remind you again, to understand there's a difference of when you're drinking tequila and getting drunk at a party. Okay. Versus when everyone else is doing it. This is the time where you get drunk. This is the time. And again, doesn't matter if maybe you did have too many tequilas along the journey and now you don't have much in you to have more tequilas right now, meaning you don't have much more money within the market. Okay, you'll get your recoveries and you'll get back to making money again, right? But it's so important again to take the mental notes and know that next time you need to have money for this, right? And same for me, not deploying too aggressively. I've been deploying 2 to 3% of what I got left. Right, and I'm 100% within the market, and I've actually managed to get a couple of buys now. I just bought some more 𝗬𝗢𝗓 now. I just bought some more 𝗬𝗏 now, and I just opened up a couple of leverages because I'm not going to allow the best specials in the world to not allow me to enter the market right now because I am scared and because a part of my portfolio is down or I'm losing money on a part of my portfolio. Okay, I got to do what I can today, and what I did was, again, the other day, I sold 2 to 3% of my spot positions, and I'm starting to build some slow leverage positions. Got stopped out on the rune. Now I'm busy building it again over here as well. But what am I doing? I'm trying to get something in at these specials. Otherwise, I'm going to wait for my portfolio just to recover, and the market must go up literally 60%, 60 to 50% just to get back to where we were. So what I'm doing is, what can I do today? What can I be getting within the market? And I ain't quitting. Doesn't mean that I'm not upset that I've lost a lot of money in the last couple of weeks, right? A lot, guys. Just because you get more successful and you build your accounts more does not mean that you don't lose more money when the market's, that you lose less. You actually lose a lot more, right? Ask Rand, the $100 million loss man, right? I also lost $2 million at that time. My world was going to end, bro. I never saw money like that in my life. And I lost $2 million in 24 hours, right? I've been through these patches. And to be honest, I'm probably similar to that loss right now this month. Right? And it's hard as hell. Okay. But you cannot, and exactly that. Yes. Fuck this market. Fuck this market. You can't tell me this market's not getting ready to pump. It's pissing people off so bad and getting people so negative and so in these thoughts. Market emotionally is definitely one of the toughest. We are too bearish not to pump. Exactly. Plus, we are still obviously creeping up within our Bitcoin dominance over here. But let's stay positive today. Give me a couple more days and let's go. Let's stay within the market. Let's take advantage. Let's do with what we can. Again, red days, you got a couple of things to do something. Okay. Firstly, you could sell off 2% of a couple of spot bags and look to build some new positions from here. Because what that allows you to do is it allows you to actually make some money. So when the market starts to make its way up, especially when it comes to maybe the slow leverage positions, which means you start on a 2x now, try get the bottom. Once the bottom is in, then you can start building your leverage up and you can start making the money back a lot quicker. So that when the market recovers, okay, you have actually made some money, okay, and you're actually sitting and you have some entries. I would say some life-changing entries that are sitting in these current areas. I'm going to go through a couple of them on the weekly now, okay, but that's one thing you can do. Sell off a small amount of long-term bags or spot bags just to have a trading portfolio to take advantage of where we're at right now. Second thing that you can do is you can swap the junk for good because everything is cheap right now. So you got too much junk, you got too much of these tokens, maybe you still got a bunch of memes, things like that, cool. You can actually swap it for quality tokens that are sitting at great levels. Okay, so that's another thing that you can do today as well, is to make sure that you are basically preparing your portfolio, not changing a mindset that the bull market's done, preparing a portfolio for the pump again. Third thing that you can do is you can actually go and set yourself selling targets. Today, when you're feeling hurt and you're feeling sore and you're feeling upset, okay, you're going to go look through all of your coins now in your long-term portfolio and your spot portfolio and things like that. And you're going to say, you know what? They're here now. This is maybe where I bought, whatever it may be. When am I going to take profits on the next pump? Okay, and you're basically going to sit here today and you're going to go mark those levels and you're going to go do your charts, because if you're going to sit here on a bad day, it's like anything in life, right? And you're just going to be upset and not do anything about it. Nothing is going to change in your life. Okay, plus the next time you make money and the market comes down again, you're probably going to do the exact same thing, which means you are not evolving as a person and you're not evolving as a trader. In order to have a different outcome within life, within trading, within anything, okay, you have to change something and do something different. So today, on a red day, I want you to flip that damn mindset and I want you to prepare your charts for the pump again. I want you to prepare where now that I'm feeling sore, that next time I'm going to be drunk and thinking to the moon, right? Where am I going to take profits on Doge? Where am I going to take profits on Solana? Where am I going to take profits on these tokens? And you're going to go mark your damn charts up and you're going to go put alarms on them. Okay. And you're going to go do all the hard work on a red day when you want to go jump into bed and cry. You're going to get your asses up, okay? And you're going to go prepare for your success. Those who work through the hardest days of their lives are the ones driving the damn Bugattis. That is the truth to this world. Today can be the hardest, or it can be the change, the bounce in your chart. The bounce within your life can be today on a hard day when you don't want to face it. You don't want to look at reality. You don't want to do these things. Okay? So pick your damn selves up. Get your charts ready. Go think clearly where you're going to be happy to take profits. Okay? And do something today. Let's go. Okay. Let's jump through a couple of things and let's go through a few things over here. So the first thing is let's quickly look at a couple of high time frame. I want to show you guys a few things quickly. So this is still currently the plan within Bitcoin. I've had this drawing up over here. This is a bit of anticipation. You know, this sideways and this Trump coming in, what's going to go on? You know, I see stock markets also not looking so great as well. Let's actually look at a couple of stocks here. Just looking at a couple of things of what is forming this. And there we go. Okay, you can see the stock markets are actually coming down. And you can see here, this is the futures. You see right now, 7% from the top already, right? So there's a bit of down pressure within the stock markets. You can definitely see the world in general is definitely in a worried kind of place as things speak. We obviously got Trump coming in. What's going to happen then? I do think everything dumping into Trump coming in. I do think it's going to give us the spark that we need, that bit of hope when he comes in. And then I think it's going to last a couple of months and then start to die off again, right? Exactly where my plan was. My plan with Bitcoin was strong January, strong February, strong March, strong April, terrible May, terrible June, strong little bit to the end of the year, and a very terrible end of the year, right? To maybe early next year. I think stock market's going to crash galore in 12 months from now. That's why my goal now is to make as much money within crypto, to bank as much and be prepared for the whole world to go on special. So the next big crash that happens, that I think is going to happen in the next 12 to 18 months from now, the stock market crash, all these sort of things. I want to have money to buy properties. I want to have money to buy equities. I want to have money to buy everything. So I'm using crypto as my money tool now to make the money, but it's vital that I actually bank the money, keep the money. And again, 50% will go into fiat and 50% will go into Bitcoin, because I don't want to lose any Bitcoin for the long term, right? And that 50%, I'm actually looking to diversify, okay? So you see where my brain's at already on a red day. I'm preparing for the future. I'm already preparing what I'm going to do next, because the reality is when the market starts to go up again, you're not going to think about that anymore. You're just going to think about making money. You're not going to think about life choices anymore. You're not going to think about planning anything. That's why red days come in your life, right? You can't tell me that the time that you started eating better was because you went through a bunch of time where you weren't eating good and you weren't feeling great, right? So it was a bad patch that made you do something good, right? So we always use bad things to make changes, okay? Where this time I want us to use this bad patch to make a good change and a good mindset change, but then I want us to keep evolving in the green. Okay, and that's where the decisions I'm making today is like, I'm tired of going through bad patches and then coming right. Okay, can I not come right in good patches? Okay, and that really comes down to me structurally understanding what the hell do you want, Sheldon? What do you want, sir? How much money do you want? What do you want to buy? What is your damn plan with life? And then you start to feel a little bit better. And again, the last thing that's super important before jumping back into the charts now is just think a little bit longer term. Don't worry about today. Don't worry about next week. Okay. I know there's problems in your life. Maybe you need some money and things like that. I get it. Okay. But that will solve itself out. Somehow the world works and you get through it, right? But just convert your brain to 12 months. You're gonna do incredibly well. Okay. And it'll just give you that little bit of calmness when you get through this right now. Because again, if you zoom out, it's not much, right? It's not much that we're fighting with at this point. Look at this, even the stock markets. That's it. You know, when you zoom out and you actually look at the bigger picture, we're still on a really good big picture here, right? We're still on a good, this is actually so manipulated. This stock market is going to crash so bad in the next year or two. I'm telling you, we are going to see something. I think it's going to go up. Let me just give you my views here. I think this thing is going to go up through a bit of this year. And then I literally think we're going to have an event like that. That's what I think is going to happen in the stock market in the next 12 to 18 months. So I'm taking this super seriously. When I'm here giving my heart out in the trades every day, I'm telling you, I'm trading with my life savings and I'm trading with my entire life. I have a daughter and I have a little boy that's going to be born in 5 weeks from now. Okay. I have a family here. I have literally 40 of my family members sitting in these offices right now. I have a lot to look after. I have a lot to provide for. So when I'm sitting every day and putting my money on the thing like that, just know that I'm fighting this damn war with you and I ain't better than no one. Just because my accounts may be a little bit big at times doesn't mean I'm better than nothing, no one. If you can make $100, $200, you can make $1 million, $2 million. Stay focused to the goal. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you. Yes, little boy is coming. Super excited. So stock markets are coming down, putting a little bit of pressure. We do have the Dixie pumping. Okay, let's actually go through the Dixie over here and see where we're at on the Dixie. Okay, so Dixie coming is a bunch of resistance above it over there. So let's see how we react over there the next couple of days. 10-year yield is pumping as well. So overall, everything is coming down, guys, not just crypto. Crypto is just a little bit more exaggerated, right? It's definitely exaggerated. But then what happens after that is when the markets go up again, crypto's bounces way harder, recovers way quicker. Okay, next thing over here. So my game plan is still this, guys. This is still my game plan on Bitcoin. I do think this is the shakeout now. I think this one's going to really create a bit of the damage and really get people stuck. Okay, but I'm still on. This has only maybe shifted a little bit further here, but I still think we're going to have a strong finish at the end of the month. And I do think we're going to have a strong January as well. And RSIs are making their way down. Plus, Bitcoin dominance on the other side of the trend still has a bunch of resistance above it. Now, let's quickly speak about a couple of specials today, which I really think are big, life-changing specials. What's going to make you a lot of money within crypto is also getting really good spot buys. No leverage, no nothing, putting a little bit of money in at a good area, you know, and we saw when the market starts to wake up how much money you can actually make within spot, right? We saw those that held XRP, those that held Doge, held those specific tokens. So a couple of specials, very big specials that I see right now within the markets, and I think they're specials we don't really want to miss, okay, is THORChain. THORChain back to the range highs from the bear market. Okay, so for me, this is crazy. It's very simple right now. All you got to do is go look at the last range low and the last range high, right? It gives you a very good understanding of when the market is ready to go up again, where it's going to go. It's going to go to the previous level that it sold at, right, on the weekly over here. And I just put this little tool here, which is the risk to reward tool, just to show you right now that if THORChain even wants to go down another 50%, right? And you look at if it bounces down, goes up to the resistance here, look how big your risk to reward is right now. Okay, so yes, the market's been coming down and it's been putting some pressure, but you got to understand that these risk to reward methods you don't have very often, because a couple of weeks back, if you wanted to buy THORChain, right, that is what it would have looked like. Okay, look at your risk to reward then. Okay, if you bought there, we go to the range lows, that's how much you will lose. If we went to the top, that's how much you'll win. Look at a couple of weeks later, now the price is lower. Look how the odds has changed here. Your risk to reward is incredible. Okay, so THORChain, it's got a risk to reward of 1 to 5. Okay, so the dollar costing or buying what you can on long term here makes a lot of sense. The next one that for me is also at a really good special is the gaming Beam, right? Beam's in top when it comes to gaming, one of the top blue chips within gaming. Okay, and this thing is sitting at incredible levels. Just to the top, you have a strong just see why this is not doing this. Give me 2 secs. There we go. Okay, you could see here we have a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. And again, I'm countering another 40% loss. This has another 40% loss on these tokens, right? And that's a big shakeout on Bitcoin. Bitcoin wants to go to 83. Okay, look at where you're buying these things. Look at the risk to reward. Plus, Beam, I think it's going to go way higher than what it was, right? The next one over here is Theta. Theta for me is another special today, a big special in my opinion. You take this. Okay, and you basically see the loss. There's another 80% loss as an example, right? 80% loss, okay, as your red. Now let's speak about the next time Theta breaks this high. Where's it going? To the next major highs, right? And let's go look at that. Incredible risk to reward. So when it comes to long-term entry, this is where, remember I always explain to you guys, you get sharks, whales, all these type of things within the market, right? This is where whales would buy. This is where your most, those that have the biggest cojones, this is the ones that buy, and they're the ones that make the most money, right? So this is whale entries when it comes to Theta, not retail entries. Whale entries, shark entries, even possibly dolphin entries as well. Injective, keep eye on Injective again. There's Injective, straight back to the range lows, to the range high is a 1.4 to 1.5 risk to reward. And remember, I'm telling you that on these buys, you could also still go down 40% from where we are now. Now, again, I don't think it will. Okay, but the fact that will put you at ease and calm is I can go in a 40% loss, but my risk to reward right now, you can also go into a 200% win. Okay, risk to reward is good. And that's what investing is. Investing is about, okay, how much risk versus reward, right? AVAX, I think, is an incredible special right now. I think it's a great special on high time frames. Today is very much focused on high time frames, and you can see that over there. Then you have GRT, one of the best specials in my opinion. Right, GRT is sitting at a 1 to 8 risk to reward ratio. Okay, in the AI space, in all of this space, we know the big hype's happening within all that stuff. GRT is a big special for me long term. I still think ETH is a long term. I actually see an inverse head and shoulders on ETH right now, if you can see it. Right, basically saying that this low of ETH here should be between the 3,000 and 3,100. Okay, and that would be an inverse head and shoulders. And that will still show you that even though ETH or anything has been pulling back, ETH is actually only looking like that right now. Okay, and that means another impulse is incoming. And for me, I do honestly think that this pullback is your entries on ETH to go to $7,000. $7,000 to $10,000 is where I think ETH is going to go. Okay, nothing has changed me from being bullish within this market. Okay, so that is ETH over there. Let's go look at things like Solana. Sol, again, I've counted on Sol going to $90 as a loss, right? But Sol for me just tipped the all-time highs. I think Solana goes to $400 after this. Definitely over the next couple of weeks. Solana starts ripping very strong. That's quite interesting. Are these AI things happening on Sol? Some of them, yeah. Let's see. I think that the AI is definitely the catalyst at the moment. Here's Near Protocol, incredible. Just to the mid range over here, you're looking at a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 4. That's really good. I see Aptos being an insane special right now. I think Aptos is a big special. If you look at this as it stands, there is the range lows. We're coming to the range lows now, and there's the range highs, right? So just back over here again, you want to go look at the worst time within Aptos. And I still think Aptos was extremely undervalued to the market. Okay, and you go look at the best time of where it was. You can see the risk to rewards at 1.3. Okay, but I again still think this is going to go way higher within these areas over here. But that's a good risk to reward. So there's Aptos over there. One of the best ones is 𝗪𝗡𝗡, right? In the data, in a good narrative within the market, still same token, same shiny thing that you wanted to buy a while back. But this is how it looks over here. And what I'm seeing here within 𝗪𝗡𝗡 is you just look where it is now. Let's look at the major lows there. And let's look at the range high of where it was, I think, within the last year. Okay, massive risk to reward over here. 𝗪𝗡𝗡, huge special. Again, I even think 𝗪𝗡𝗡 is going to go to all-time highs, to be honest. I think it's a gem. I think it's cheap as hell, and I think it's going to do really well. That is 𝗪𝗡𝗡. Look at that risk to reward. Incredible. Okay, 𝗬𝗘. Let's go through 𝗬𝗘. 𝗬𝗘 at the range lows. There's the range high there. If you put your risk to reward tool here. So again, you got to kind of look at this now and know that these specials have not been available since July. Okay. July last year, you were not able to get the same entries you have right now. Okay, so they do not come often that you get these crazy specials on that. There's the risk to reward. Another token as well, Superfarm. Superfarm's cheap now, guys. It was one of the leading gaming tokens, and now sitting on 618 at a big zone here. Okay, again, Superfarm's a token that I think it can reach $5, right? I think it could even go possibly higher, but $5 is definitely a big area for me to take profits, right? But that's Superfarm over there. Superfarm, good risk to reward ratio. And I even think Doge, if Doge does decide to come down lower now, and let's say it wants to come down to these areas of this 28, 27 cents, I think Doge is entering a good risk to reward. With Elon coming in and even the department being called Doge and all these sort of things, I think Doge is going to have an absolute incredible year. Okay, that's a couple of specials of where we're looking at the market. Now let's go through a couple of short-term analysis. Okay, two big support zones on Bitcoin. First one is here, right, where Bitcoin has bounced all the way since November. So we have hit the zone and we have bounced multiple times, okay? Which means all eyes are on Bitcoin right now because there is a bounce, there is a bounce, there's a bounce, there's a bounce, there's a bounce, there's a bounce. Now we are coming again. And what you basically have now is you have basically every time we've been coming down, there's been a strong support wall on Bitcoin, okay? And it's basically been, this big floor. And what happens is every time it comes down now, it basically... bunch of buys happen, bunch of buys happen, bunch of buys happen, bunch of buys happen. But the more that it comes down, you start running out of buys, right? And it just gets, and now we're at the point now of possibly no more buying power. Maybe there's no more buying power within Bitcoin, okay? But what you got to also understand is just below that, you have the next major supports that we have not tested for a long period of time. So the way the world is going to think now, the world is about to jump to very big conclusions, right? And get to very bad things that this is the worst. This is going to be very, very, very bad. And what you have here is you've got support sitting in the low 80,000s and you even have it 80 something. So for me, this is a very important trap that I want you to go through with me on this journey. And I want you to see it play out, right? Is what happens now is price comes down to the support again now. And now we start losing it. What automatically happens is the whole world is going to start thinking about this. Right? That's what everyone's going to think about. Worst case scenario. And they're not going to be able to possibly handle to say, you know what, if Bitcoin decides to go down, an example, okay, of another 10, 20%, what does that mean for my altcoins? And they start to think the worst, right? So it really brings out the worst within everyone and gets everyone thinking and gets everyone basically, trapped within that. So the way I see this happening, okay, is everyone, and the moment we start losing this big support of 91,000, everyone's going to start thinking about early 80,000s, okay? And what they don't know as well is there is actually a bunch of support sitting just below this. And I want to show you guys this over here so you understand the mentality of the market, because this is a very, 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 very important skill to learn when it comes to the traps, okay? Okay, everyone is automatically thinking we're going to go down here, right? To these areas here. There is just little support sitting just below this. So what I see happening now is I see us losing, possibly losing. We might bounce here. Okay, I'll give you the two scenarios now. Okay, but I see us losing this. The whole world's going to go bearish, and I see this. What's that going to do? That's going to get everyone to panic sell and to have all their buys waiting over here. And remember, price never goes where you want it to go. Okay, so price will do this, then it's going to bounce, and everyone's going to be like, it's not real. We're coming down to 84. We're coming down to 84. We lost the lows. We're coming down to 84, and the market just doesn't stop pumping. Just starts going slowly, 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 all the way back up over here. So for me, this is a big trap that's incoming. That's going to trap a lot of people off of guard, get everyone to switch and change their thesis, and it's the perfect time for the bulls to bounce and wipe out all of the damn all of the bears within the market, and as well as the short-term longers. Okay, this is what it looks like on Bitcoin. This is what it looks like for me. Two areas. We actually can definitely go to $88,000 now. If we go to $88,000, that's the wipeout, and then we start making our way back up to the late 90,000s. Why am I saying this? Because I know very much, if I look at the charts, I know the 12 hours reset, and I know that the daily stochastic is reset as well. It is time for a reversal. It is time for the market now to shake it out. Remember, all these times here, it sped up before it pumped up. So now it's definitely shakeout play. Okay, last week was okay, market slowing down. It can slowly start to creep up. It's very clear right now the market wants to shake and catch everyone off of guard. What that looks like for the Bitcoin dominance is you could see here that we are getting a nice pin bar on the 4-hour here, but this thing is still sitting below this trend line. Okay, and there's two scenarios that happen with Bitcoin dominance now. Let's speak about Bitcoin dominance pumping even more. If Bitcoin dominance wants to pump even more, this will be a very, very, very strong Bitcoin bounce, in my opinion. This will be us back at $105,000 in 7 to 10 days. Okay, if the only reason I see dominance going up is if Bitcoin wants to have a mega pump, like you just destroy the bears very quickly, right? The second scenario here, okay, is I see us going down hard when this market pumps, especially if Bitcoin's going to slowly climb up again. Altcoins have been bullied for 3 weeks now, way more than Bitcoin. And what you realize about a bully, right, is a bully. Have you seen that Central Intelligence movie? Have you seen it with where Dwayne Johnson's he's that fat guy in the locker room, and they're all teasing him, they throw him out naked. You see how buff that guy got a couple of years later, and he starts whooping all of the bullies' asses, right? That's what altcoins are. Altcoins, yes, they can get bullied, but when it's their time, they slap those bullies in their damn faces and they whoop ass, right? That's what they do. So again, you got to understand that Bitcoin dominance is slowing down. It is not doing this anymore. Can you see it? Can you see how we are not just going in a straight line anymore? Do you see how we are starting to chop and slow down? This is a sign. It is telling you that dominance is slowing down, okay? And yes, you have turbulence now, but when this bad boy does this, you ain't gonna, what dump? What pullback? What this? Okay, and not only that, when it happens on the weekly, when you actually have this on the weekly or anything like this, you won't even remember anything, okay? But hopefully you will remember the pain so that you take profits. That's my hope within you guys. Okay, two scenarios on altcoins. Altcoins on 618 right now. Means they can bounce here, right? And this is if they shake out. So if they shake out, this does mean another 10% move over here, but that's what it looks like, right? And that was just because they're shaking the crap out of Bitcoin and they're going to shake the crap out of altcoins too. Okay, so they shake that out and then the market starts getting going again and starts to agree. Again, I don't think it's going to be too long till we've recovered. all of this movement over here. Okay, but we've got to understand that this is definitely a shakeout event happening. So 2 scenarios. We've either hit the bounce zone. If there is this, do not be worried. It's the shakeout. It's the scare. Okay, things like 𝗤𝗏𝗧𝗓. I bought a little bit more 𝗤𝗏𝗧𝗓 here. I got a stop loss at 2.88. I think 𝗤𝗏𝗧𝗓 strong buy zones incoming. By the way, when this thing does bounce, I do see it going back up to the $4.5 to $5. So just to give an understanding of why you need to have something in the game here, I'm not going to miss out on 52% gains while everyone waits to recover their money, right? A couple of things here. We look at things like theta. Let's look at injective. There we go. So injective, you got all of the support on the left, and then we got this over, over here. Whew. So if they want to shake the market out now, we'll do this. And you know what, guys? Don't be surprised if this is not a devastating wick. Like, don't be surprised, right? That's what's going to bring buying power. Every time we are dumped hard is what created the pump, right? It always gets to that point where it squeezes the market and really gets the market uncomfortable. Look at this. Everything's sitting on support. So all that I'm saying now is we either start bouncing strong here, or what will happen is that shake, and then we're on our way. And you'll see the strength. The strength will come in very quickly. There's ETH over there. Everything is sitting at those major support areas over there as well. Okay, cool, guys. Anything else from my side? Nothing for today. I have a bunch of exchanges to talk about and stuff. Today's not about speaking about exchanges and stuff. Today's about us being together as a community and getting through this damn dump. Right? If you guys are looking for exchanges, you know, I got all the bonuses there. Sign up with CoinW, you get $350. Sign up with 𝗬𝗥𝗡𝗪, you get 250. Like, there's specials there. But nonetheless, guys, stay strong today. Please go plan your damn life. Go mark out your charts. Know what you want and actually do something today. And don't sit under the blanket covers and be scared. Love you guys lots. See you all tomorrow. Much love.